Hello friends, welcome to my YouTube channel Navraj Busnid. Today I am going to discuss about some important questions that can be asked in medical entrance examination. So today I am going to start most expected MCQs for biology. Okay, let us start question number 1. The question number 1 is like that. Kwashiorkor is disease due to deficiency of. Your options are protein, carbohydrate, both, fat. So basically, kwashiorkor is a disease which is caused due to deficiency of protein, that is building block of our body. So correct option for this question number 1 is protein. If both protein and carbohydrate are deficient, then that disease is known as marasmus. So kwashiorkor is due to deficiency of protein only, and marasmus is due to deficiency of protein and carbohydrate both. So kwashiorkor and marasmus are combinedly called as PEM, that is protein energy malnutrition. So here it is asked that kwashiorkor is due to deficiency of which component. So our correct option will be protein, that is option A. Okay, let us see question number 2. Descending part of LOH is highly permeable to. First of all, what do you mean by LOH? LOH means loop of Henle. LOH means loop of Henle. Basically, this is a part of nephron of kidney. If I draw basic structure of a nephron of kidney, then this is a Bowman's capsule, this is proximal convoluted tubules, this is loop of Henle, and this is distal convoluted tubules and collecting duct. If I talk about this part, this is known as descending part of loop of Henle. This is called as descending part of loop of Henle, and this part is called as ascending part of loop of Henle. This descending part of loop of Henle is impermeable to salt, that is salt cannot permeable in this part, that is salt cannot be absorbed in descending part of loop of Henle, but descending part of loop of Henle is highly permeable to water. Descending part of loop of Henle is highly permeable to water. If descending part of loop of Henle is highly permeable to water, then concentration of the filtrate that is filtered from this Bowman's capsule will increase due to absorption of more amount of water, and in this case the concentration of filtrate will increase due to the absorption of water, and the urine becomes hypertonic while passing through this part. Urine becomes hypertonic, or also called as hyperosmotic, while passing through this part. But in contrast to it, the ascending part of loop of Henle is highly permeable to salt but impermeable to water. That's why while urine pass through this ascending part of loop of Henle, it becomes hypotonic, that is less concentrated than plasma of our blood. So let us see at question. Descending part of LOH is highly permeable to. Okay, the correct option is water. Descending part of LOH is highly permeable to water and impermeable to salt. Okay, question number 3. During inspiration, which of the following is true? Okay, let us see option. Intrapulmonary pressure is lower than atmospheric pressure. Option B, intrapulmonary pressure is greater than atmospheric pressure. Both intrapulmonary and atmospheric pressure are equal. Option D is none. Okay, here we have to know basic concept about respiration. Inspiration means inhaling of air, intake of air inside lungs, intake of air inside lungs. Here intrapulmonary pressure means pressure inside lungs. Intrapulmonary pressure means pressure inside lungs. Atmospheric pressure means pressure of air in pressure of air in atmosphere. So we know that when air has to be transferred or moved from one place to another place, it always moves from high pressure region to low pressure region. High pressure region to low pressure region. During inspiration, air has to be moved from atmosphere to our lungs. So obviously the pressure of air inside lungs, that is intrapulmonary pressure, should be less than that of atmospheric pressure. So correct option for this question will be option number A, that is intrapulmonary pressure is lower than atmospheric pressure. So inspiration will happen, but in case of expiration the opposite thing happens, that is intrapulmonary pressure will be greater than that of atmospheric pressure. Okay, the correct option is option number A for this particular question. Option 4, C option 4, artificial light, extended work time and reduced sleep time disturb the activity of. Okay, this, let us see options. 1 is pineal gland, 2 pituitary gland, 3 hypothalamus, and D is adrenal gland. So correct option for this particular question is pineal gland. Pineal gland is correct option for this particular question. Okay, let me tell you one thing. Pineal gland regulates the sleep-wake cycle of our body. So this sleep wake cycle is also called as circadian cycle or circadian rhythm. Circadian cycle or circadian rhythm. And this pineal gland also secrete a hormone known as melatonin, which is responsible for circadian cycle. So the correct option is option number A for this particular question. Okay, see question number 5. All components of nodal tissue are auto-excitable, but why only SA node acts as a natural pacemaker? Pacemaker means those tissue which generate heartbeat or which generate electrical impulses. Our heart has several nodal tissue such as SA node, that is sinoatrial node, AV node, bundle of His, as well as Purkinje fibers. But the frequency of the electrical impulse generated is maximum for SA node. So this acts as a electrical impulse production center. That's why it is also called as natural pacemakers. And but other rest are not called as natural pacemakers because the strength of electrical impulses and strength of depolarization is highest for SA node. So let us see option. SA node is large in size. No, it's wrong. SA node is situated in first position. Not correct option. SA node has lowest rate of depolarization. No, depolarization. Okay, no decolorization. We should write here depolarization. So the correct option is option number D. SA node has highest rate of depolarization. Okay, let us see another questions. Milk ejecting hormone is, question number 6, milk ejecting hormone is. So its direct answer is, so okay, first let us see option. Option A oxytocin, pitocin, C prolactin, D both A and C are correct. C options, both A and C are correct. Let us correct option. Option number D should be both A and B are correct. Option number D should be both A and B are correct. Milk ejecting hormone is oxytocin and it is also known as pitocin. So both Both option A and B are correct. This prolactin is basically milk producing hormone. Okay. Let us see question number 7. Mad cow disease in cattle is caused by option number A virus, B bacteria, C virion, D abnormally folded protein. This abnormally folded protein is also known as prion, prions, prions, and this is the correct option for this particular question. Mad cow disease in cattle is caused by prions. Prions are also known as abnormally folded proteins. Okay. Question number 8. Which type of pollination occurs in Vallisneria? Vallisneria is a plant, and we have to say which type of pollination occurs in this plant. For this to be remember, I have a trick CNZV. CNZV. C means Ceratophyllum, N means NASA, Z means Zoistera, and V means Vallisneria. In these three CNZV, CNZ, the type of pollination is hypohydrophily, and in Vallisneria the type of pollination is epihydrophily. So our question is which type of pollination occurs in Vallisneria? So correct option is epihydrophily. Ep means upper, hydrophily means pollination by water. So the correct option is epihydrophily. EP means above the surface of water. That is, in Vallisneria, pollination takes place in above the surface of water with the help of water. Okay, let us see question number 9. Which of the following is used to increase the yield of sugarcane? Okay, let us see options: auxin, gibberellins, cytokinin, and ethylene. As we know that gibberellins increases the internodal length of stem. That is, if initially the internodal length of sugarcane is this, then after treating it with gibberellins, it will look like this. So gibberellins increases the internodal length. In sugarcane, more the internodal length, more will be the production, and more will be the advantages. So which of the following is used to increase the yield of sugarcane? So the correct option is gibberellins, also known as gibberellic acid. ETS occurs in ETS means electron transport chain or electron transport system. It occurs in inner mitochondrial membrane. So option number C is correct for this particular question. Electron transport system occurs in inner mitochondrial membrane. Okay, let us see another questions. These all questions are very important questions which are asked in previous years in entrance examination. Okay, let us see question number 11. The enzyme catalyzing removal of nucleotides from the end of DNA. You should notice this particular words, end of DNA. If enzyme catalyze the removal of nucleotide from mid part of DNA, then that enzyme is known as endonuclease. But it is mentioned in question from end of DNA, so the correct option will be exonuclease. DNA lipase. No, this option B should be DNA ligase. Okay, so correct option for this question is exonuclease. 11's answer is C. Okay, let us see question number 12. The production of gametes by the parent, formation of zygote, F1, F2 plants can be understood by using its correct answer is Punnett square, as we all know that. Okay. Question number 13. Not a feature of genetic code. Genetic code is universal. Okay, this is right. Genetic code is non-overlapping. This is also right. Genetic code is without punctuation mark. Yes, it is right. We should not write comma, full stop in genetic code. So this is also right. But this option is absolutely incorrect. Ambiguous. What do you mean by ambiguous? Ambiguous means single genetic codon code for more than one types of amino acid. This is absolutely incorrect. Genetic codons are non-ambiguous. That means one codon code for a single amino acid only. Okay, so the correct option is option number B, 13. Question number 13. For question number 13, the correct option is option number B, that is ambiguous, because it is incorrect option. Okay, let us see question number 15. Enzymes are not found in. Enzymes are not found in. Option A is viruses, B bacteria, C plants, and D animals. So the correct option for this question is viruses, because it do not have any cellular machinery mechanism. Okay, let us see question number 15. Due to cross between capital T, capital R, small t, small r, the resultant progeny shows how many percent plants are tall and red flower. As we know that tall is dominant over dwarf and red is dominant over white flower, so we have to find how many percentage of progeny are tall with red flower. So let us solve this question. First, capital T, capital R, and second part is small t, small r. Let us make gametes. From this particular set of genotype, we can make two different types of genotypes, like capital T, capital R, and capital T, small r. From this we can make only one kind of gamete, that is small t, small r. So let us cross between these gametes. The cross between capital T, capital R, and small t, small r results capital T, small t, capital T, small t, capital R, small r, and cross between these two results in the formation of capital T, small r, small r. So a recessive gene can express themselves in only in form of homozygous condition. Here small r is in homozygous condition, so this will be white, but capital T, small t will be tall. Capital T, small t will be tall. In question, there is asking us about which of the following plants are tall and red flower. So this will be tall and red flower. Out of two progenies, one is tall with red flower, another is tall with white flower. So out of two, one is tall with red flower, that is 50% is correct answer for this particular question. Okay, this much for today. We will be discussing more questions in upcoming videos. Thank you for watching.